What up to the pod versus everyone sleeping in the cloud? Welcome to the Black Law, where we talk black about TV, film, music, and sometimes just digress into conversations that we understand. And we also drink coffee or tea, which is recommended by 3 out of 4 cardiologists. My name is Rod. The gentleman to my left, right, above, or bottom, depending on the platform you're watching, his name is Ryan. He's my co-host. He's my brother. Say hello to the people, Ryan.
What up? What up? What up? What's happening? What's happening?
Show 1000 and 1500. You're going to be like, we haven't seen each other yet. You're going to be so excited. You're going to bring that energy.
Hey, if you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe, like, share, comment, all that good stuff. And if you're on any of the podcast platforms, specifically Apple, oh, excuse me, and or Spotify, please give us a 5-star rating. And if you don't like us, just leave that 5-star rating, and we promise to try to do better. And you can find a lot more clips on IG, Facebook. That other spot, the TT spot, seems a little shaky. But you can still check it out. A little TikTok spot, a little shaky. Little shaky. Seems like it was
but
bought.
we're there.
Seems like it was purchased just to let it go down. But I don't know that for fact. And shout out to E. Tiffany Custom Creations.
Tiffany
They are in full swing with Mardi Gras season. So if you need anything, please go to etiffanycreations.com.
For all your apparel needs. I'm going to see that Zulu King.
I would like to see that Zulu King this year. That look like it happened.
You should not have touched on that, sir. It's a touchy subject here. It's a touchy little subject here.
Yeah.
Hey, as we've been doing as of recent on the seminal series, I don't know if it's seminal or if it's just funny or we just dug it. Good Times, The Dinner Party, written and created by some of the regulars.
Hey,
Herb
before we start, hold on.
Hold on to what?
I know that I want to just put that bug out there. I was listening to, being as once you get to a certain age, I just like peace now. So on Sirius FM, I listen to a lot of watercolors, and I come across different. I think that if we ever get a little money, man, a little extra money, where we can actually use music or actual footage, I would love to do a top 5 I call them pre-wedding reception jazz tunes. Sometimes you're just riding, bro. Sometimes you're just riding.
That category was here.
Yeah.
Here is so small.
You hear a little jazz tune, and I'm like, yeah, that's something I probably heard at a wedding before the bride and the groom came out at the reception.
You know what? I have not been to a wedding in so long, so maybe I can't remember. I don't remember.
DJ just spinning the
Are you talking about at the
reception?
Okay, I was about to say I just don't remember.
Like at the wedding reception, they play the music while everybody's sitting around, and you kind of you'll hear a little Kenny G. I would love to do a top 5 song.
Maybe a little Candy Walter here on.
Or what's that song? What's that song by Kenny Lattimore? For You, jazz version. Mm-hmm. Always. Little saxophone.
Here's a little something from the Hidden Beach Collection. Michael Jordan. Here's a little something from the Hidden Beach Collection. Michael Jordan's record label. That's how they pitched it on the jazz. Say, hey, that's Candy Walter, straight out of the Hidden Beach. That's Michael Jordan's label.
But my bad. I know I digress, but yeah, I just trying to.
Well, that's what I said in the introduction. We do that.
The dinner party. The dinner party.
Directed by Herb Kenowith. Written by Alan Mann, Jack Ellison, and Norman Paul. But I got to feel a lot of the black people in the room had a big part to play in this one. Before we go any further, We don't only
They need them
entertain
to
here.
do. They needed them to do all of them.
Before I go further, we don't only entertain here. We educate. The Black Log word of the day is bunberry. The black word log of the Black Log word of the day is bunberry, spelled bunbury. It's a verb.
And this is the first time I'm hearing this too.
To avoid responsibilities or social engagements by claiming to have an ill friend that must be cared for. Did I know that there was a word for that? I did not. It blew me away. And used in a sentence, Tariq regularly bunberried his way out of things with the story about his mother's cancer. But when his mother was eaten by a shark in Bali, he felt it was karma. Bunberry. Take it with you.
Let me fix that sentence for you. Black people like to bunberry.
You know what? I don't want. We're not gonna put that on one. We're not gonna do that. We are not gonna just put that on one race of people. That is a thing people do.
Excuse me.
It's an interesting. I'm sorry. Let me give you a brief summary of the show.
Brief summary. Our brief summary is brought to you by Brevity. If you didn't have it, we'd be here all day.
The Evans suspect their neighbor is eating dog food. They invite her down for dinner, and she brings her famous meatloaf.
And the jokes ensues.
We opened
the juxtaposition how serious it was in the beginning to the other half of the show was fantastic.
They definitely always mention what's the word I'm looking for? The issue. It always becomes an issue. Because I did notice before I go further, Thelma always seems to have a thing. Mama, I was reading. You read the whole hell of a lot.
I got that written down. When we get there, I got you.
But we open. JJ is painting. Florida is cooking. Thelma is Thelming. James is doing the bills. And lo and behold, we find out, because the kids have been working and contributed, they have a windfall of $35. What shall we do? What shall we do? And James says, we better decide quick before it's $22.50 tomorrow. Which I found to be extremely funny.
And JJ going, hello, George. Hello, George. Hello, George. He's talking about the dollar bills.
I know. Even Florida joined in. I never thought it, but George is kind of handsome. Really, y'all? Like, let's not act like that. Florida suggests that they use the $35 to give Thelma voice lessons with Gertie Vincent, who lives upstairs. There's a little JJ's like he wants to be sent to he wants to go to everybody wants to do something different. JJ's the most stringent. He wants to go to art school or whatever. I must say,
and there was a part in there that again, when I saw it, I was looking at reruns, and that part where he just kind of walked throughout their crib just laughing. Mm-hmm. That was not something that we saw on there, man. That was very, very awkward and funny.
Yeah, he has. He walks. He kind of just walks around sometimes, and it's just like a thing he does.
They probably told him to do that. JJ,
Gertie
walk black.
Gertie comes down to return a cake plate. To always be crying broken, trying to stretch a chicken or make a meatloaf. Florida, you gave a whole cake to Gertie?
Hey, man. Hey.
Like,
Season 2 Evans.
But I'm just saying.
Season 2 Evans. Can't sleep on Season 2 Evans. They got a lot more money than Season 1 Evans.
Thelma Thelma calls Gertie Mrs. Vincent, Mrs. Vincent. And I was like, there was a storyline that was probably in here that probably got cut for time because the way she said it, like she wanted to straighten out.
I mean,
Mrs.
she
Vincent.
did mention something about her husband.
He's dead. I don't
Huh?
know that. I don't know, but I think he said that he died. I don't think that
She
means
said my
he
late.
becomes.
She said my late husband.
Yeah. Does that make you Ms. Vincent? I don't think that. Unless she out at the club in Cabrini Green. I don't know. Um, they talked to her, and the Evans want Thelma to take voice lessons. Gertie says she's not teaching anymore. Says she's retired.
Yep.
Said she's retired, and they can't believe it. And since Gertie has left and said no, JJ said, "Ha ha! Let's send me to art school in Paris." James said, "The only way we send you the art
mailing,
school,
yeah.
$35, if we gonna mail you." Devil makes a joke and says, "You're probably fitting the mail slot. You couldn't. They ain't gonna resist the skinny joke." But you know,
Oh,
JJ
yeah.
gave this. JJ walks away and They usually fight, but he gave her this funny look.
He did. He
He was
kind of like.
It was extremely funny to what he did, and that usually isn't as funny to me. But the way he did it is like,
Every once in a while, you just give up. You know what I'm saying? Every once in a while, you just say, you know what? I'm not necessarily gonna be the bigger person, but I'm just gonna walk away.
I'm gonna walk away. Walona drops by in the latest boutiques fashion, talking about I'm busted, whatever, and she shows it off. And then Florida tells Walona, Gertie Vincent is retiring.
She thought she had to jump on the news.
And Walona said, "You got the headline, but I got the exclusive something."
Yeah, because I hear because you mentioned that name before. Not every time I hear the name, the Barona Garrett. What was it? What James called
Rona
her?
Barrett of the projects.
Not every time I hear that name, I think about when you said how that name was famous back in the day.
It was. I mean, it's like now it would be anybody, like on the internet, being an influencer or just somebody just telling stuff, and it's like, ooh, I'm wrong. Man, Rona Barrett used to be on Good Morning America. Like, it's the moment with Rona Barrett. Like, ooh, Rona giving some secret that everybody know. But Walona tells her that Gertie stopped giving lessons because for every dollar of her Social Security she made, she basically got taxed $1 or something like that. So she had to
Bruh.
pay money.
50%, in the 70s, like damn.
Yeah. Which
Tell
I
me
can't
that
help but
shit.
think is like, Gertie,
I'm sorry, man. That's terrible.
it is terrible. It's terrible.
I mean, obviously, it's. I was about to say.
Out here
I was
now.
about to say, obviously, it's fiction, but
Well, let me tell you some real stuff because I just got this morning. They've been working on it out here in California. There's going to be a driving tax. Like you're going to get taxed for every.
what?
It could end up being like $4,200 a year. Like I think you get
For
taxed
what?
for the Hey man, I gotta look at it again. I
For
said,
too many
oh,
miles?
It just seems like for driving. And I have to look at. Somebody sent me a piece on it and I gotta look into it further. I was like, I can't.
This is ridiculous, bro.
It doesn't make a bit of sense to me. So yeah, it's kind of crazy. But she tells her that, and Michael comes back in and he says, "I just made a nickel for taking out Miss Vincent's garbage." And Florence like, "Oh, Michael, don't do that." It's like
Oh,
she can't afford it.
Michael.
Why not? Well, I mean, she can afford a dog. Gertie ain't got no dog.
I ain't gonna lie, bro.
No,
the fact that he had enough sense to be like, shit, she can afford a dog. She sure as hell can afford to give me a nickel. I loved Michael at that point, bro. I was like, you know what, Michael? For how old is he at that point? Maybe 10 or
He
12?
might be. He's
Maybe.
12. I think he's 11 or 12. He's like, he said, she can
I,
afford a dog.
He's like, shit. She
She
can
can give
afford
me
a
a
dog.
nickel.
She can afford to give me a nickel.
She can give me a nickel. She feed that little beast every day. She can give me a nickel. How about that?
So we got, so right up to that point.
And that's when it all comes across. Oh, everybody say, "Oh no," and we come
Including the
back.
studio audience.
Of course. Oh, they come back and they're eating it. Willona is like, can't anybody believe? Can't anybody? I was like, how is it that in America this could happen? Mind you, coming home from work today, I passed at least 3 people standing at the red light talking about burying somebody. I just don't know. Sometimes you think like, you've been burying this person for probably a year.
It costs a lot.
No, when you've been seeing somebody at the same corner after a year, it's like, hey, I think you should
burying
have buried
somebody?
them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you might have buried him by you could have buried him by now. I think I saw you last December. But we come back and everybody, like I said, everybody's all upset and they just can't believe it. You know what got me? Willona said, if you come up with any ideas, call me.
Why don't you come up with some damn ideas? You live alone. That wasn't nice. like people who live alone, the only ones who come up with something that's nice.
You ain't got nobody to talk to. You got time.
That's
what you said. You got time on your hands.
That wasn't nice.
But she did. I wanted to say, well, but I did want to say you need to. Could you make an effort to Willona since you concerned, but you only so much concerned. That's all. They are. Florida gets the idea. You know what? We'll invite Gertie over. You know what I mean? We'll invite Gertie over for dinner. But then, James comes up with that idea. But Florida says, Florida did not say that. Florida says, but we just had her over here 2 nights ago. She gonna know the gig is up. It's like, what we gonna do? What? Just tell her. Give her a reason.
Michael came back, man. Michael was like, hey man,
give her a good reason. What you say? Oh yeah. You're right.
Like Miss, I don't even know her name. Miss Gertie. I don't know what her last name is.
Mama.
What was her name? What was her last name?
Gertie Vincent. Mama.
Miss Vincent. You know, why don't you say, Miss Vincent, we heard you on Hard Times. Would you, be truthful?
But that'd be telling the truth.
But James.
Then Florida said, that wouldn't be diplomatic. Diplomatic? And James said, that's a word that's used mostly by people in the government. When they want you to vote for something, but they know if they told you directly, they knew you wouldn't vote for it. So they tell you something else, and you end up voting for it. That's diplomacy. That's lying, Daddy. That's the same thing. That is one of the best. I think for me, that's a top 3 line for James. Maybe he said, that's lying. That's the same thing, son.
Yep.
Florida says, you know what? I'm just gonna be straight with Gertie. She's like, her whole thing is, I'm gonna be straight with her. Be straight up. Ain't gonna give no flim flam. Just be up.
Bro, it was like that phone rang and it was like the lights went on like someone who is.
Well, no, she called her.
Yeah, she did. But it was like, with someone when they're about if it was their first time acting, they're like, yeah, I'm ready, and then the lights come on, and it's like, oh,
she nutted up.
Gertie. Hey, it's JJ's birthday. JJ. They all looking at her like, what?
Yeah, baby.
You come on down.
Just come on down right now. We're going to be serving in a couple of minutes. Now, that's what got me. Now, I ain't going to lie. I know it's a part of the storyline, but I wanted to know why did Gertie roll down there with a fresh meatloaf. Like, she had this fresh...
She probably been cooking. Because if you think about it, Florida had just finished cooking. That chicken was pretty much done. So it was dinner time. So it's probably dinner time for Gertie, too.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I was like, you got
But
it was hot, like it just
but
cooked.
wait a minute.
Uh huh.
But
Uh huh.
Gertie had a ground round meatloaf. Never really thought about that
That's
until
what I'm
just now.
saying. Like,
Gertie
what?
had a ground round meatloaf, but she
They
didn't eat
invited
dog
her
food.
down for JJ's birthday dinner. She rolls down there and she's insisting. Let me not get ahead. She
Maybe
brings
that
her
was a
me.
treat for her. Maybe that was her treat. Maybe she had been having enough dog food, and she was like, you know what? I'm gonna treat myself to some ground round. I'm gonna make me a meatloaf with pineapples on top.
Yeah, even if Gertie wasn't eating meat dog food, I'm kind of concerned about that pineapple on top of me.
I was like, I don't know about
I,
that.
I didn't. I don't know who's doing that. I really don't.
I sure
But
don't know.
she came in and she said, she says, I said, I got down here and I wanted to bring I brought over my famous meatloaf. The look.
But at first, though, they thought it was dessert. You didn't have to bring dessert. Oh, no.
Oh,
Bring my favorite. This is my famous meatloaf. And everything changed.
everybody looked like, you remember when they in the Thriller video when everybody did this?
That's how JJ looked. JJ had that exact look on his face.
It was pure horror. It was like, oh my God. And like I said earlier in the brief summary, comedy ensues. And before we even get to it, I think this is one of the funniest dinner scenes in comedy.
Bruh.
And I put it up there with the Fresh Prince, where Fresh Prince was slapping Carlton. Like,
Oh, yeah, that was a good one.
Hillary, he had slapping Hillary was slapping Carlton through the whole dinner, or the Huxtable dinner where Elvin, oh God, I forgot, Heathcliff and the Navy, I forgot the Navy man. You know what I'm talking
you talking about
Everybody was saying Mr. Romance.
Oh yeah, you know what I thought you was gonna say? The one where where Elvin and Sonia were trying to decide on, where Elvin was on his knees at the dinner table and Vanessa brought her fiance, and he said
Dabness.
Dabness.
Oh damn.
That's what I thought you were choosing. Yeah,
Damn.
I ain't gonna lie. Cosby Show had a lot of good dinner scenes, bro, in that room, bro. With Dabness, bro. I know we digress. I looked over to the side again. Ain't nobody over there.
We didn't talk to anybody. Who you talking about?
But you got Dabness. You got the one that you talking about. You talking about
Mr.
the most romantic.
When Claire says that, tacky Barrett.
But also, I was thinking about Sonia and Elvin deciding on who will watch the kids if they die, and they had Cliff and Claire versus Theo.
Well, they did. You gonna pick him? Him. That's what you go. They had some really funny dinner nights, me.
But you know what though?
Him.
It number one for me will always be, I'm always fall this way. Number one dinner scene in a TV sitcom has to be Fred Lamont. Also, when we are taping this, we just found out that Demond Wilson died. Rest in peace, Demond Wilson, aka Lamont Sanford, and your boy, bruh, Reverend Sam.
It's crazy.
What?
You know that stage.
He's having a fit. He's having a fit. He lifted that.
Sherry. It's fruity. What do you say about this shit? Fruity. Lamont, what I tell you about washing out the jelly out them jars? It's really fun.
Oh man.
That was I didn't even think about. I thought, and you know what? When you said that, I thought you were gonna talk about what's his name when Walona was his new girlfriend. He said, "I ain't gonna have nobody telling me what to do
Yeah.
at my table."
Yeah.
That's what I thought you were talking about. That.
Yeah, bro. You ain't gonna talk to me like that in my house.
I thought that's what I thought you were talking.
You better not point
about.
that finger at me, Fred Sanford. I'll point this at you. Yeah, I put my foot somewhere else.
Oh my God. Then that just opened up just a landslide. Like I didn't even really think about it. There were things because you made me when you said the Cosby thing, I was like, damn, that was funny. I didn't even think about that. And I didn't even think about the one where he was trying to Elvis wanted to propose. And
I forgot about that one.
No, you get out of here. No, you get out. I don't want you in my house. What?
You turned around. I gotcha.
You couldn't have told me when I picked them two out that wasn't the funniest, it's just an avalanche.
Yeah, he got an avalanche, bro.
Yeah,
that's another
we're back
show.
on.
That's another show. We need to write that down. Funniest sitcom TV dinner scenes.
Oh my God. So Florida insists that no, Gertie, I cooked the chicken. No, I cooked the chicken. We can't have chicken and meatloaf. Nah, you've had me over many a time, Florida. If you don't have my meatloaf as the meal, I won't stay.
Bye.
JJ.
I ain't gonna lie. JJ was on fire in this episode. JJ was on fire.
JJ said bye. What?
Well, the funny part was every time he said something, he was like, "My bad." Like,
My
I
bad.
couldn't help myself.
But I think y'all feel my bad, but I think y'all feel the same way too. I think y'all confused. Bye. Nah. Even Gertie, I want to say, Gertie, this is JJ's birthday. You insisting that they eat meatloaf. Maybe the boy wanted chicken. It's like maybe
that's that old school, bro. That old school where you this is what you like. No,
I don't want your old funky.
No, it ain't what I like. Why that's gotta be what I like.
I like shit. Why is it just because it's my birthday? I don't have to enjoy myself. Gertie hands the meatloaf and said, "James, you can have the first slice." And James said, "JJ, since you the birthday boy," JJ then says, "Thelma, ladies first," as the meatloaf. "Michael, you need to grow." Thelma just said, "Michael, you need to grow."
Thelma just coming up with something.
And then Michael said, "Mamas before kids, husbands before
wives." And that's what he hit him. He's like, "Y'all act like y'all don't want none of my meatloaf." There ain't no act, Gertie.
That's got me. We said that. That ain't no. He just like, I ain't no.
He was like, he's like, nah, you know.
But no, at that moment, that's when Walona came in. That's what saved him. Because I was like, God damn, Jay.
Walona was all right. Walona was all right, too.
But he said, there ain't no act, Gertie. I was like, damn. How honest can you be at this point? You ain't picking up on this, Gertie? You ain't picking up on this.
Walona walked in, man. Walona walked in. She was like, well, I burnt up my food and thought I'd come over and take a chance. Florida was like, this is a good place to take a chance.
It's a good place to take a chance. Oh, man, I was just wondering.
Why Walona grab the pot and say, "Ooh, I sure like Florida's
you need to talk
meatloaf."
about how James and Michael pulled on when they said they offered the seat.
That doggone wig almost fell off her head.
Everybody said yes, and they all jumped up and tried to give their
everybody,
seat.
Bro.
Everybody.
I'm still trying to figure out how Michael outpowered James.
James gave in because the Michael's seat hit the floor. Michael's seat turned over. It's like, I
And
could
her
not
wig was
believe
about to pop off. Her wig was about to come
her
off.
wig literally wasn't. I know that wasn't
Like she
expected.
grabbed it.
She was like, I'm grabbing this. I was like, oh my God. And then she gets up there. She's so happy to be there. She's Gertie offers her the meatloaf. And
and she's like, oh man, I sure like Florida's meatloaf. That ain't Florida's meatloaf. It's not.
oh no, that's mine. And
Bruh, the look Walona gave Florida was like,
suddenly Florida's like, well, I mean, not Florida. Walona's like, I don't. It's a shame to waste the food. It's a shame to waste the food.
That was so obvious too, bruh. That was ridiculously obvious, bruh.
No, it was ridiculous when she was leaving and everybody back was turning. Walona did this.
No, what was ridiculous was that statement she made. She was like, she said, charcoal is good. I know it burnt black charcoal, but my food was burnt like charcoal, but charcoal is good for my teeth. Keep them white.
You did say that. It's like, I'm just reaching. I just need to get out of this room. That's what I need to do. I just need to get out of this room. And then they finally said, we need to hurry up. My meatloaf loses his bite if it gets
JJ
cold.
was like, oh God. He threw his hat up in there like, oh my God. It loses his bite.
Yeah, JJ to say the prayer. He just says,
oh, but before that, he was like, James. No, James said, I wouldn't start off any dinner without saying a prayer. And JJ was like, hey, you don't ever say the prayer. What you talking about? James looked at him. He was like, oh, yes, you are the religious leader of his family. That is right.
There times when I sit there and say, JJ, you are a stupid child. You just don't know how to shut up.
JJ, man. Oh, man.
And he says the prayer, and he says, the Lord is my German shepherd. And that's when Gertie finally
But wait
gets
a minute, bruh. The way JJ had his head down, bruh. It was like his thoughts, bruh, were just moving around, bruh. Because as soon as he says it, Lord is my German shepherd, he just went like this. Like, it's almost like he's like, I'm thinking this, but I actually said it out loud.
I actually said it. I shouldn't have. I know I shouldn't.
It's almost like he got jokes in his head constantly. And he was like, no, this is not.
Don't say that. Don't say that. I said it. Damn it. I said it. I shouldn't have said that.
Oh, man.
And James be tired of it. Like, God damn, boy. You just can't.
James looking at like, man, you can't mess up everything.
But, and Gertie's she's like, I would never do that. That's ground round right there. Chuck roast or whatever. That's real meat. I would never do that to my friends or whatever. And, they say, can you forgive us? And she said yes. And I'm like, I don't know. Should you? Should you, Gertie?
I was thinking about that too. I was like, yeah, you should forgive him because is it really a thought not to think? Is it something that you bring over meatloaf after you find out you eat dog food? Is it that far-fetched to think that you might be bringing me dog food meatloaf? With your pineapples on top? You try to dress it up with some pineapples? Is that what you're doing?
I don't think maybe. You're right. I guess, but I don't know. I just don't think so. There's a part of me that says no. But she explains, about the situation.
Put it like this. Gertie comes to your house, and you already know. You ain't thinking at least twice about that meatloaf?
I guess, and that's me giving too much credit, but it's like, I just know you would not bring
I'll
no
never
dog.
give myself that much credit. I know myself. I know I'm not. I know I'm not always a good person.
So what
And
you're
my
saying
thoughts are,
is, I'm
yes.
saying, hey, come on in, and you're saying, is that dog food? Are you serving?
I'm looking at it like I'll be like, I'm good. I'm actually not hungry, Gertie. I'm good.
But yeah, Gertie's got like and they talk to Gertie about it, and it's like, well, and they talk Gertie until Gertie says, you know what? You all been trying to help me, but I haven't helped myself. What are you gonna do about your Social Security? And she says, well, let me state what I wanted to hear. Say, I'm gonna lie. I'm not gonna tell anybody. You're gonna pay me cash, and I'm not gonna report any of this money. But what she did say was, which is the sitcom way, I'm gonna fight, and I'm gonna fight for seniors or whatever. But there's a part of me that
She
just
wasn't
say,
getting no checks for that for the lessons. She was
that's what
getting
I'm
cash.
saying.
She was getting cash anyway. She may have been putting it in the bank. And when
That's
they put
all.
it in the
But you
bank,
say she don't. I mean, you ain't no better than
I'm gonna put this money under my mattress.
you like a barber or a beautician. Cash money. A dope man. You know you cash. You got cash money. Gertie, you give it. Don't tell nobody, Gertie. That's all. Don't tell nobody. But in the end, they wrapped it up with a bow, and Gertie's gonna do well, and she's gonna be an advocate for seniors now, and she's gonna give Thelma those lessons. But here's
We
the
got
question.
Medicare power.
But here's one question I got.
Do we really need that joke?
No, we didn't need the joke, but what do the Evans family do next month if they don't have a surplus?
Huh?
What do the Evans do next month if they don't have a surplus?
7. Hey, I believe in season 2 Evans. I believe season
Your
2 Evans. I
lessons,
believe.
your lessons, you can't have lessons this month, baby. We didn't have a surplus. But my lesson is, you can't have it, baby. You can't. You didn't work hard enough this month, Thelma. With your little extra, you didn't work hard enough. You should have took that. You should have taken that extra shift at your job if you wanted lessons. And Florida said, you should have taken extra shift when you had a chance, but you came home.
Oh, James.
Oh, James. I say the Black Log is sponsored by Fade the Black Funeral Homes. Death is a part of life, so put life into your loved one's death at Fade the Black Funeral Homes with t-shirt printing tattoo artists on site to commemorate your loved ones. Fade to Black. Quote of the show. Bye.
That's exactly what mine was. That's exactly what mine was.
I so love James saying what he said, but bye.
Bye.
That reaction to that question with no filter on it.
I almost wonder if that was improvised.
Might have been. It might have been.
The only runner up I had was "The Lord is my German Shepherd." That was my runner up.
Oh, my run up was James talking about, Daddy, that's lying. That's diplomacy. That's the same thing. Now Shaq Mama is the number one mathematician in the ghetto, talking about leading to a chicken dynamite joke.
Yeah.
That just
I had chicken dynamite, and then at the end, something about when they figured out that it was real meatloaf. It was just something about JJ going, "Let's eat." It was just a little too. It was just too much.
The Ren 10 joke, yeah.
No, not the Ren. Oh yeah. That's exactly what it was. The late Ren 10. Let's eat. Something about it was just a little too much for me. Just too much.
A little
it's
extra.
Too much.
A little extra.
That's too much for me.
It's a little extra. Still an issue in the community.
Hunger.
I said diplomacy and extreme poverty.
Yeah.
Or lying.
I just said hunger. Yeah, hunger. Hunger is
anything unrealistic?
Nah, I didn't have anything. It was pretty. You could tell what writers wrote that show.
I had Gertie not picking up on the context clues.
Oh, yeah, that's true. But that, you know what? I leave stuff like that out. I leave stuff like that out about unrealistic because that's just sitcom stuff.
No, I get it. You're right. Trust me, I've written.
But you are correct. Like, she should have picked up on those clues a long time ago. At least after Walona. I have no dad nostalgia.
I did, but I don't even know if it's related. But it's about a dog. I remember at our old house in the park, we came home one night and we had one of those chain link fences, and the light shined on the backyard, and Rusty was surrounded by a bunch of dogs.
Oh, really?
And I think she was in heat or whatever. And your dad said, "Look like Rusty is hotsy totsy." And your dad said, your mama said, "Bam." What? She in heat.
Not hotsy totsy.
That was the greatest. Because it was very, like, quite honestly, he did say it in a very nice way. He could have been much worse.
I'm too young to remember anything really from Pauline Drive in the park. But I do remember Dad and cats in that damn backyard when we was in the East, bro. Man, I have never seen somebody catch a conniption the way he would when he would see a cat just walking, bro. I mean, just walking through the yard. He would go run, bro, get the broom. That was a damn cat. That was that damn cat. He go get knocking on the window. Get out of here, get out of here, get out of here. Cat just ran away. And I'm sitting there. Like, I don't like cats either, but I'm like, man, he wasn't doing nothing, man. He was just, I think he was just crossing through.
Just crossing through.
He was not hearing it, bro. He was not hearing it.
I did not know that. My background, I don't know if it's, I think it's background, Brent, because I just think nobody ever I don't think people picked up on it when he said, "That ain't no act." I don't think anybody caught it. Like, that ain't no act. That's just so bold for me. You act like you don't want my meatloaf. That ain't no act, Gertie. I thought it just kind of went past people.
It was a background Brent quote, man, but not Esther, Florida. Gertie, if you enjoy it. Like, come on, Florida.
Stop, Florida. Just stop. You're doing you're just trying too hard. But
you know what? I also had this one as a background Brent quote because I think it's something that people still had to at least think about when Walona was like, "The charcoal is good for my teeth. Keep them white."
But you know what? At that point in time, there is charcoal toothpaste.
Yeah, there is.
But nobody, I think it was funnier back then because nobody really knew that was like, it was just like charcoal, make your teeth white. Like,
charcoal, digression. I just saw something, bruh. See, that's when people go too far online with stuff. I saw some charcoal gray queso, bruh. And all I could do was say, why? Why?
That's some food.
I didn't even wait to see if it was. I didn't even look the comments to see like, oh, I know about that. No, I don't want to know about anything. I'm not interested. Not interested at all.
I think a lot of, as I found from people who leave the country and go out of the country, they said, man, food doesn't have all the preservatives in it that.
Oh, bruh. I still remember this video. This girl who went, she went overseas and she lived in Europe for however long. And she went over there and she thought like, man, I'm just eating all this food over and over again. I gained so much weight. She got back to the States. No exercise, bro. She said, I lost weight. And then when she got back home and, to the U.S. to go visit, when she went to go visit, instantly gained weight, bro. Instantly gained weight, bro. Like, she literally said that she can go overseas, bro. She's eating food just like maybe doing a little bit of walking, losing weight, bro, or staying right where, staying at status quo.
they have less ingredients in food outside of this country, and like we got a lot of stuff in like charcoal queso.
Bruh.
I can imagine what's put in charcoal queso. I can only imagine. It's just cheese. Why is it charcoal? Why do we need it to be charcoal?
Why do I want to eat something on my chips that look like that? I want my cheese to look like.
Not attractive.
I want my queso to look, But but I know people now. With this food, I'm finding that these I think these places are starting to pay creators to eat their food instead of actually having commercials.
Oh yeah.
So like the latest is Moe's.
It seems like it's more organic. It's organic.
Yeah, I'm looking at people, bro. I'm like, bro, I really. And then I'm like, you know what? There's somebody that wants to see you take this huge burrito and pour queso all over it and stuff it in your mouth. So you know what? If they gonna pay you for it, man. Hey man. I'm all for
Mamacita. Mamacita.
If they gonna give you money for it, bro, handle your business, bro. I can't get mad, bro.
The Black Law word of the day is brought to you by Mamacita's Mexican hot sauce. I'm just. I mean, it's not. I don't know. It's not Preparation H, but I take that as a sponsor too.
Man, let me tell you something. Preparation H called me right now and said, "Hey, man, we want you to talk about Preparation H on your show. You gonna pay me? I'm gonna pay you this much." Preparation H.
Tightens your right.
Applicator. Make sure you use it correctly.
Use carefully.
I wish Preparation H call me.
The Black Log is brought to you by Preparation H. Preparation H, do you hear?
Keeps your booty clean and non-itchy.
Preparation H. Oh God, we're too easy right now. We're easy. We're not even picky. We're too easy right now. There gonna be some people gonna call us. They're like, man,
need that itch to go away? Preparation H. Your booty is waiting.
Need some more pop in your pill? Take this. Just. Oh my God! Definitely enjoyed the dinner party with Gertie Vincent.
Got a lot of snot. Tussin will take care of you.
Oh God! I have totally enjoyed this. This is a good one, and I guess until next week we'll say.
Yeah, we actually we actually not well, we're trying to figure out the music, but we're doing the album, some kind of either a group or an album.
Hit us up on Instagram, or the TT, or the YouTube, or the YT, and tell us what you want us to talk about. How about
Facebook too? All right then.
So, like I said, until next week, bye.